there was a lesson on when Ukraine was invaded. The world isn't a safe place. We've got to get rid of the illusion it's safe and somehow peace is at hand. So we need a very strong military, which means we have to spend more money, at least every analysis I've ever seen for that. We need a very strong economy. We have to subordinate some of the stuff we do to national security. And we have to engage much better with allies in trade, finance, development finance, and things like that if you want to hold the world together. And so, yeah, I think this is the most important thing. Dwarfs whether we have a soft landing or a modest landing in the next 12 months. That, to me, as a business person, almost all of us in business have dealt with that many times. That is not a big deal.
I guess, how do you then advise a potential client about what national security is? Is it a car? Is it AI? I mean, basically, how do you prepare for the changing world that we live in?
Yeah, so this is a very important question. So first of all, in terms of managing risk, when you look at the potential outcomes, I mean, all business should look at a range of outcomes and try to be prepared for them, whether or not they think they're going to happen. And then, could war affect the global economy? Absolutely. It can cause inflation and no growth. It may have no effect, but you got to be prepared for those things. And then on strategy specifically, we've actually hired Paul Henley, a former U.S. Army national intelligence guy, forming a group, working with our research people, internal people, to answer exactly those questions. What is national security? Jake Sullivan talks about the small garden with high fences. What's in the garden? What's related to the garden? How would you do that? A lot of companies are still looking at their own supply chains. They would say, no, I get these components from Mexico or Vietnam, but inside that component is a very important one from China. So it's going to take a while, but every country, if it's national security, has the right to say, this is what we're going to do to protect our national security. And so we need work to do. And then there's the related, I call it mercantilist behavior. People are getting upset at China about EVs and lithium and solar. If it's unfair competition, that's a different issue, but it also needs to be addressed.